While children are in school, they are also going through important and crucial times of psychological development. The primary theories of development used to explain the milestones children and students should be reaching at different age ranges, often referred to as stages, have been developed by two psychologists called Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky. These follow two of their separate ideas of children's development, and both outline milestones that children should reach by these certain age ranges and explain their behavior at each stage. Although their theories of development highlight different things, they both agree on the importance of a child's environment and relationship on their psychological development. And a big part of this environment is the child's relationship with peers in their school. Bullying has the potential to have a large negative effect on children and their development due to a number of factors, and can cause problems in how the child develops psychologically.
Cognitive development explores how individuals perceive, process, and understand their surroundings across different life stages. It explores the evolution of thought processes, including memory, problem solving, and decision making. Lev Vygotsky and Jean Piaget are two of the most vital figures in cognitive development, each developing and presenting unique theories surrounding the concept. Piaget is a Swiss psychologist who introduced a theory of stages involving how children's cognitive abilities develop and progress through four key stages. Each stage is marked by distinct changes in thinking and reasoning. These stages are the sensory motor stage, which focuses on learning through senses and actions or motor activity. The pre-operational stage, involving language and symbols but lacking logical reasoning. The concrete operational stage, where children can think logically about tangible situations. And the formal operational stage, which introduces abstract and logical thought. In contrast, Russian psychologist Vygotsky highlighted the crucial role of social interaction and cultural context. Vygotsky believed that human activities take place in cultural settings and cannot be understood apart from these settings. His sociocultural theory suggests that cognitive development is heavily influenced by a child's environment, with their learning seen as a social process. Vygotsky created the zone of proximal development, a concept that separated what a learner can do independently and what can be achieved through adult guidance. Through this theory, he argues that learning is developed by cultural tools and occurs through interactions with those more knowledgeable. While Piaget focuses more on the stages of cognitive development and the significance of the exploration as an individual interacting with the physical world, Vygotsky emphasizes the impact of social and cultural contexts on learning. Both theories vastly aid in the understanding of cognitive development and the relation.
The age at which bullying occurs is a somewhat difficult statistic to pin down. This is mainly because bullying is less of an action and more of a concept, and in trying to prescribe it to a certain age group or grade level, you may dismiss or outright ignore bullying that is happening outside of your expected age range. Statistically, bullying is most commonly seen around grade 2, roughly 9 or 10 years old, but drops off marginally as children get older. These results can be somewhat skewed. As students get older, the tendency for them to come forward and report their victimization drops dramatically. Bullying, generally speaking, happens in three distinct ways: physical, verbal, and indirect bullying. To put these in more specific terms, physical bullying happens largely due to a physical weakness in the victim. Students are picked on because of their size or because of a disability they may have. This term generally involves assault, stealing, or threats with weapons. Secondly, verbal bullying normally uses emotional or mental distress. Bullies will use name-calling, public humiliation, or verbal insults to hurt their victims. There are a plethora of reasons why someone may be verbally bullied, ranging from learning disabilities, which may provoke the victim into a reaction, to a general disdain for the victim. Finally, indirect bullying speaks to exclusion, spreading rumors, or social rejection. This again can happen for any number of reasons, but primarily occurs when there is a general dislike or hatred towards the victim. Bullying, particularly from a young age or for a prolonged time, can often lead to depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, or poor self esteem in the victim. Bullies themselves often experience negative impacts from their actions as well. Issues such as increased criminal behavior, a higher tendency to get into physical altercations, a negative attitude towards school, drug use, as well as a higher risk of depression. Bully victims, those who bully others because they are bullied by other peers, parents, or guardians, often have a hard time connecting emotionally. They might find it justifiable to bring weapons to school and are more prone to violent actions towards their classmates.
Bullying can impact an individual's life in numerous aspects, such as their development. I will be discussing the four significant types of development: emotional, cognitive, social, and behavioral that bullying can affect. Emotional development. Bullying affects a child's emotional development quite severe. It could result in the child experiencing a range of emotions like sadness, anger, and helplessness. Depending on the child's age, they may already struggle with regulating their emotions, and feeling these big feelings may challenge the child to redirect their feelings to a more positive emotion, such as happiness or finding enjoyment in things. It can also interfere with the ability to concentrate, learn, and form positive relationships. Cognitive development. When an individual is experiencing high levels of stress, like being bullied, the brain releases a hormone called cortisol. When an individual has an abnormal level of cortisol, it can lead to health issues. For example, it can weaken the immune system, and it can kill nerve cells in the hippocampus, a brain region that involves memory. Social development. Children who are bullied become socially withdrawn, avoiding interactions with peers out of being targeted. They may also develop poor social skills and struggle to assert themselves in social situations. Lastly, behavioral development. A child that is being bullied may behave different from prior to being bullied. They may become more aggressive. That's our brain naturally responding to a threat is withdrawal. Another way our brain responds to a threat is fight and freeze or freeze. And the child may avoid places or activities out of fear of being targeted again.
It is important for teachers and other educators to be aware of the impact of bullying on students' development. By understanding the theories of cognitive development proposed by Piaget and Vygotsky, teachers can recognize the significance of social interactions and cultural contexts on students' learning processes. They should create a safe and inclusive classroom environment that promotes positive peer relationships and addresses bullying effectively. Also, teachers should be vigilant in identifying signs of bullying and provide appropriate support and interventions to ensure students' cognitive development is not hindered by the negative effects of bullying.